YouTube, what's the vibe? It's your boy Zebo708, and I'm back at you again with another one. Here we have two fragrances from Burlington by Lattafa. Again, Lattafa is stacking Burlington's up. It's like every time I go in there, there's a brand new selection of fragrances from Lattafa. Majority of the shelves are dominated with Lattafa fragrances, and to me it seems to be that go-to place. In fact, some of these fragrances at Burlington, I have never even seen, anywhere else. I kind of like rediscover or discover them at Burlington and then do research and see that, they having them elsewhere. However, when I walk in Burlington and see some of these fragrances, they're fragrances that I have never seen, online or, other reviewers reviewing. So a lot of the time, some of these fragrances I just be, in the blind about and have no idea about, just like some of y'all. So I'm gonna bring you two new Lattafa fragrances that I have never seen in Burlington, haven't seen in any of the reviewers that do rack store finds. I haven't even seen them, run across these fragrances. So I kind of just stumble on these two. Now I will inform you up front, these are already open. These are already open. So this one in particular was making, some noises. I didn't know if it was broke or what was going on with it. I immediately opened it, to see and make sure that everything was open before I got away from the store. And, they got a policy where if you open fragrances, they don't want to return them and stuff like that. So I didn't want to get, caught up with a broke bottle or whatever was going on that was making that noise in the fragrance. So this one was pretty much open from the bottom. Wasn't making much noise, but I still walked away with it. So first fragrance I'm gonna talk about, which is a shocker to me. Never seen this before. It's Lattafa's Al Dor Al Maknoum. Crazy name. Didn't even go into trying to find out much about, the name and stuff like that. I know Lattafa they be going at just throwing shit out there, just wilding, because they got the money to back it, or, the perfumers to make these different fragrances, which kind of like make you think like, damn, they dropping fragrances like every week for the low. Money long as I don't know what, man. So I don't think that they cut no corners, because the fragrances that you grabbing are bangers, and the prices is real reasonable. Second one I grabbed was Lattafa's Ana Abiyad, or Abiyad. Ana Abiyad. And this one is leather. It says I am white on the box, but it also says leather. So the first one I'm gonna jump into, this one here. And this, from the little research that I did on it, they say that, this is a clone of a vintage Creed. Yeah, this is a Creed's Aventus clone, which, we already know. We already know about that. We already know how that go. So Lattafa is this is not their first Aventus Creed clone, but I guess they producing and saying that, hey, we're gonna keep dropping these clones, even if we've already dropped a clone or a dupe of a fragrance. We just giving you the opportunity to select between which fragrance that you feel is the closest to that particular product that they trying to, you know, mimic or are inspired by. Because sometimes these people just be inspired by fragrances and, you know, hell, sometimes they just smell like them, and, you know, and we take it and run with it and say, hey, it's a clone. And the notes may not be the same, but, you know, I'm rambling, so let me jump into it. This is the bottle. It's the bottle. Nice, clean, black and silver. See the juice in the inside on the side, black on the back. Got your little diamond studs in there. So with this fragrance, and this is what was making the noise that I thought something was broke. This little Lattafa symbol on around the collar. So I am definitely gonna go into this. I couldn't find, you know, a ton of research on it. I did find some though, and I will definitely put the notes up here in the corner for you to check out, get a better understanding of the notes. See if it's something that you like. You might have something that has similar note breakdown, kind of give you an idea of, you know, what the fragrance pretty much smells like. And if it's your style, you know, vibe with it. Again, let me see. Now, I don't think I told you all this, but here's the price. $16.99. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. Cannot beat it. 16 bucks for a fragrance. And this is what is it? 100 ml, 3.4 fluid ounces. So 16 bucks, 100 ml, good clean bottle. And let's test it out and see what's inside, see how it smells, see if we vibing with it. Atomizer check, pretty decent. Okay. Okay. Very fresh. Fruity up top, citrusy a little bit. And that's not like your orange citrusy, more of your bergamot. You know, kind of like, you know, it's citrusy, but it's not sweet. What else we got? It doesn't smell like the usual Vintage Creed to me. It don't. So I don't know if that's in the dry down. I don't know if in the dry down it's gonna, you know, change its smell or whatever, and, you know, kind of settle more into the Vintage Creed, but it don't really hit me as the Vintage Creed. Now on skin, you get more of the pineapple. You get more of the fruity aspect of it. There is, you know, definitely a leather feel to it. A little apple, but you definitely get the fruity leather aspect that pretty much, you know, dominate the fragrance. A little floral. This is definitely, I mean, it says, you know, if I'm not mistaken, it says unisex, but to me, it definitely smells more of a masculine fragrance. However, you know, that really doesn't matter. People wear what they want, as they should. You know what I'm saying? Fragrances are fragrances. They pretty much trigger feelings and emotions inside you and make you, you know what I'm saying, feel inspired, confident. However you feel when you're wearing your fragrances, that's the whole point. The point is for you to put that fragrance on and for it to fit you as you see fit. Bottom line, You know what I'm saying? So that's one of the reasons why I never get on here. I try my best not to tell you to, hey, you gotta have this, go out and get this. I recommend this, because in my opinion, that's not how, I see, bringing these fragrances to you. It's just, I want to show you what's in the rack stores, tell you a bit about it, and, if you like it, you like it, go grab it, and do your thing with it. Vibe out. And that's what I try to do. But as for this fragrance, it's definitely an intriguing fragrance. I like its smell. I've smelled other Vintage Creed fragrances that, smell more Vintage Creed. I don't even know if that's what they were going for, but the consensus say that this is a clone or a dupe of a Vintage Creed. To me, it's a good smelling fragrances. It's not loud, it's not aggressive. It's something that you could pretty much put on and rock out whenever or wherever you choose to. I think it's a universal fragrance. Could be spring, summer, fall, winter, whenever you want to wear it. That's just me, and that's how I'm gonna wear it. So we're gonna jump into this next one. Already bust down, so we ain't gotta do much. Hit you with the price on that one too. 16 bucks. 16 bucks. Now this one is a tad bit more complex than the last fragrance that I just showed you. And this is a clone of Mimo's Paris Irish Leather. Never smelled that. In fact, when I got this and started doing a little research on it, that was the first time that I've even heard of that house or fragrance. So it is described as a niche, kind of like a niche family of fragrances or whatever. But we're gonna jump into this one, see what's to this one. I Am White, Anna Abiyad Leather by Lattafa. So the box is very basic for Lattafa. Lattafa usually give you these crazy boxes. This is very basic. Something simple. So the bottle, gold cap on there, same little studded, representation. Got that sticker on there. And on the outside, Arabic writing. Got some designs on there. Anna Abiyad at a parfum. Bam. Everything I just read to you. Designs. So, pretty classic looking bottle. Classy. Looks kind of unisex, just from looking at it. Like a man can, take pleasure in this bottle, or a woman can take pleasure at, viewing this bottle. So it's pretty much just that. They did the basic thing with it. Golden juice, you can see the juice, thick glassy bottle. Joint kind of heavy, definitely kind of heavy. So we're gonna put this in the air, see what's to this. Irish leather, inspired by, clone, dupe, whatever you wanna call it. Atomizer test, pretty decent. So right up front, you definitely could tell this is a niche fragrance. May not be for everybody. May not be for everybody. So I'm gonna put the notes up here in the corner for you to check out. Pay attention to these notes because, it has a variety. And its smell is a mashup of all of these different notes. Most definitely. This is a smell that as soon as I sprayed it, it's not a smell that, everybody is probably gonna like. Definitely not. Because it's not opening up sweet. It's not opening up woody. It has its own different opening. And I guess it's because, and it's titled leather. So it's giving you that leathery, musky kind of vibe to it. So I'm gonna put it on skin because I definitely wanna see how it's gonna change, you know, its scent profile on skin than in air. Okay, so it definitely did. It did change a lot. It changed a lot. So you still get the leather, musky kind of smell from it, but it's pronounced, but you get a strong hint of a fruity, floral kind of undercurrent that's pushing up. So it's leathery, but it's more of a fruity, floral kind of leathery vibe. And this joint, man, to have its own unique kind of like vibe and to be niche, this joint, bro, is like, it's definitely one of them ones that you gon' stand out, like you 100% gon' stand out. This is not a fragrance smell that you commonly smell. Like if you go to Burlington and you take the first 10 fragrances off the shelf and spray them all, you may not, out of the whole 10, I'll say the first 2 racks, you may not smell this scent profile on those shelves. That's how uniquely different it is. And it's not a bad uniquely different. It's one of them uniquely difference that's like, when you trying to stand out and you know you finna be around a lot of people, you want to grab, well, me personally, I want to grab something like this, which I will in the future, being that I got it now. I'm grabbing this because I know it's a high percentage, an extremely high percentage that I'm finna be the only one in here owning this smell. It's that type of fragrance. And that smell, out of all the smells that's in there, not to knock any other, you know, different fragrances that people are wearing in there, it's just gonna be, this is a unique smell that is pleasing, that's gonna make somebody be like, damn, who is that? Who got that on? It's definitely a fragrance like that where the fragrance smells immaculate and uniquely different. Bro, this is, and I think that with this one, Lattafa was changing it up. They was changing it up because they give you the, like I said, they give you the vintage creeds. They give you the Savages. They give you all of these other different common fragrances that's thrown around and that's duped and cloned and inspired by, you know, by the dozens. And then they come slide something like this up under you. Man, this is cardamom, pink pepper, raspberry, ginger, iris, rose. And those are some of the notes that's in there over top of the heavy leather. Bro, this is like one of them ones that I'm definitely gonna be wearing. I'm definitely gonna be wearing it because it's so much different. Like, it's refreshing to have a fragrance that you get that's totally different from what you usually smell it. Like, and I do a lot of, you know, fragrance tests on this channel. And this, I haven't smelled anything like this out of none of the fragrances that I've already we're doing testers on this channel. So this is definitely a plus, and I will be rocking this. In my opinion, I'm gonna be rocking this as a universal fragrance. I'm definitely gonna be putting this on during the summer because, again, it's not, you know, overtly sweet. None of that. It's just its own lane. This is a fragrance that's in its own lane, and it's carving its way through all the other fragrances and their scent profiles. So, in my opinion, I'm definitely loving this one and gonna be rocking this one. So, I'm gonna get up out of here. If y'all see these fragrances, you know, and you feel like you wanna take a chance on them, do your thing. Me, 16 bucks, I feel like I hit a lick, I came up, I got everything and more that I was expecting from these fragrances. So I'm gonna get up out of here, let y'all go. Please like, subscribe, share, continue to watch the channel because I'm bringing more fragrances to this channel, and let's vibe about it. Jump in the comments and let me know what you think about them. Peace.